Welcome. Welcome, my friend and family, for another video. This is Eddie Topcasts, and I have some to share with you guys. It's an unusual time. A lot of stuff is going on, but I have two things to talk to you guys. Two things. One, we have Michelle Obama and Barack Obama rumor about divorce. Hopefully, that's not true, but it makes us look bad. Second, there's a lot going on in Africa, Goma, exactly in the Republic of Congo. It's not fun, but this is what I need to know. African American, the whole African community, we look so bad. In the history of the country, in the history of the United States of America, there have not been any president divorce. But when it comes to African American, when it comes to the black people, everything is possible. Every drama can happen. Everything that you cannot think of can happen. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama divorce. And again, hopefully that's not true and that's not going to happen. But you look so bad. It makes you look bad. It makes all of us look bad. It makes the whole continent look so bad. As president of this big country, great country, with the great legacy, divorce, it's not normal in that type of life. Why? Because being a president of the United States of America, it's not all about you. It's about you, of course, because you are another human being as everybody else. But more than that, you are an asset of the country. You are an asset of the world. In other words, you not do just what you want. You have to consider what you're reflecting to other people. So in this case, it becomes personal to myself. Trump was right? Was Trump right when he said we don't need these people from this whatever to be here? When he said this is not even an African American born in the US, was that right? Is Trump right when he's talking about making America great again? As other people say, it means make America white again. If you guys are going to bring this type of behavior in the White House in a country, then if you've been kicked out, then what do you bring to the table then? If that's what you bring to the table as African American, as white guy, as black people, if this type of normal, if this type of behavior is what we bring to the table in the White House, then what? So it's so sad. But guess what? I hope.
Throwing out theories like Michelle and Barack getting a divorce, or is Michelle's absence simply fueled by a passionate hate for Donald Trump? Let's explore the reality and the ridiculousness surrounding missing Michelle. The last time we saw Barack and Michelle Obama together publicly was in August. The couple appeared together on stage for the Democratic National Convention.
Please welcome America's 44th president and the love of my life, Barack Obama.
Since then, Donald Trump won the election, and the usually very public Obamas have kept a very low profile. Michelle's social media posts have been minimal, and she hasn't attended any major public events. In the US, state funerals are one of the few times America's prominent leaders and their spouses come together. All living former presidents and their partners were there. In the front pews, Joe and Jill Biden, alongside Kamala Harris and husband Doug Emhoff. Behind them, Bill and Hillary Clinton, George W. Bush and Laura Bush, Donald Trump with Melania. And sitting on his own between Laura Bush and Trump, Barack Obama. Michelle was a no-show and it sent the internet into overdrive. According to Google Trends data, more than 100,000 people were searching, "Where is Michelle Obama?" A spokesperson for the former First Lady gave no reason for her absence other than it was because of a scheduling conflict. But according to CNN, Mrs. Obama was on an extended holiday vacation in Hawaii without Barack. Conspiracy theorists thought this was the ultimate sign the couple were done. Some even speculated Obama had taken off with Jennifer Aniston. Others believe Michelle's absence was all about trying to avoid Trump. It's likely the funeral seating plan would have had Michelle sitting right next to him.
Going small is petty, it's unhealthy, and quite frankly, it's unpresidential.
Fueling the rumour mill even more, Michelle Obama broke tradition once again, deciding not to attend Donald Trump's second inauguration. Barack showed up solo. All the other former presidents came with their spouses. But in an attempt to quash the divorce rumours once and for all, the couple shared this happy snap a few days prior to the event. Happy birthday to the love of my life, Michelle.
Look, Barack Obama, as a man, he showed up no matter what. He showed up anyway. On those two events, he showed up anyway.
Michelle Obama. You fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humour and grace, and you look good doing it. I'm so lucky to be able to take on life's adventures with you. Love you. There's no evidence to show the couple of 32 years are on the rocks, but there's plenty of evidence the former First Lady can't stand Donald Trump. Michelle Obama has spoken openly about her animosity toward the 47th president. She's accused him of putting her family's safety in danger with his rhetoric. In 2017, she temporarily parked those feelings after Trump won his first presidential election. But Michelle's face said it all when she attended the first inauguration. In the years since, Michelle has spoken about how difficult it was to attend an event with such little diversity on display. Some believe this is all the ultimate sign Michelle Obama is gearing up to make a run for US president. Now that's a rumour she's shut down plenty of times before.
Look, I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think of this type of stuff. Look, of course, it was difficult for her, given what happened on those campaign with Kamala Harris or the stuff. Of course, he had of course some difficulty attending this, like they say, this white event. But it's not about the white guys. It's about the legacy of African American. That's how I see it myself. You was the first lady, right? She was the first lady. That means she owned a lot. She owed a lot to the community. She owed a lot to the country. So this reaction was not really good. Was not great for us as Black people, because she was angry. Okay, she was mad. Of course, she was not happy about what's going on in this country. Not her husband because of that. Is she going to divorce Barack Obama because of Donald Trump? Is she going to divorce Barack Obama because of the difficulty Barack Obama is having from this country? No, that was not a good choice. Barack Obama had to show up on a Jimmy Carter funeral himself, without anybody. No, without his wife. Okay, he showed up. You saw the video how it was fun. How he was having a conversation with Donald Trump. Nobody thought that was going to happen. If you look at how they was exchanging words on campaign, but after campaign, it's another season. It's another time, because it's all about the country. It's not about themselves. Michelle Obama didn't show up because he was not handling the situation, because he's not happy about how Donald Trump is handling the situation. Okay. On Trump inauguration, she didn't show up again. Barack Obama did what? He showed up because he's a man. Okay? That's the big difference. When women say we need equal right with men, they have to be tough at the same level as a man. You have to be able to control your reaction to any situation. Barack Obama showed up. Michelle Obama didn't. So these internet rumors that say they're going to divorce, I hope it's not true. Yes, it's never been easy in the White House. Everybody will tell you that. They got a lot of issue from the stress, from the situation, from those decisions they have to make in a short of time that are going to affect the whole world. But when you come out to White House, it's not just you, it's about the country. And when it comes to Michelle Obama, to me, it's about the African American community. It's about us, Black people, because we had that chance to have the first Black person in the White House to govern this great country. That was a history, and it's gonna be a history forever. So for the Michelle Obama going to divorce Barack Obama, he's going to break down the legacy. He's going to clean up the legacy that African American was getting from the event. I hope Michelle Obama is not going to do that, because who else is going to get a chance to get into White House as African American? This is going to be a foundation of killing, of destroying African American legacy in this country. These guys who hate African American, they're going to have more power to destroy, to kill, and to demolish all African American foundation in this country because of that. So I hope somebody will go into his eyes and say, hey, please, it's not about you. It's not about the women in this country. It's about the whole African American community. If you guys go to the internet, you can see how African American are talking about this. Even the women in this country, they are not appreciating this situation because we look so bad with this. Okay? Now, let's talk about what's going on in Congo. Okay? You all know what's going on in Congo, right? With M23 and GOMA fighting with Congo, with Congo in general. You know what's going on. So it's pretty much the same. That's what I take as an African American, as a Black people from East Africa, as a friend of Congolese people, as Burundian, as someone who cares for the whole country. It's the same takeaway. It makes no sense to see this happening.
A disorderly Congo is good, because if you have conflict, and it's estimated that there are over 120 armed groups in Eastern Congo only, that tells you how complex it is. And these armed groups are financing their activities through illegal mining. It also must be understood that Congo, like most African countries, are victims of the arbitrary boundaries that were created in Berlin. People never remember this as often as they should. But the conference that was held in Berlin in 1884 and 1885 was actually known as the Congo Conference. It was at the behest of King Leopold of the Belgians to deal with the question of Congo. And that is how the partition then came about, in order to give people spheres of influence so that the European powers would not fight one another as they extracted things from the Congolese people. Now, why do I say it is complex? And why do I say that the boundaries are also part of the problem? Because of the arbitrariness with which the boundaries were drawn, you now find different ethnicities across borders. Take, for example, Rwanda and Urundi, what was known as Rwanda and Urundi. You find people who were described as Tutsis and Hutus. And you find also a large population of the Tutsis, sometimes referred to as the Banyamulenge, who are in Congo, so that they are Congolese. They are not Rwandese on the basis of the boundaries that we have. Nyerere, the former president of Tanzania, actually during the early days in 1970, when he was asked to mediate, said, when we talk about the Tutsi in Congo, they are not Rwandese. They are Congolese, according to the boundaries that we inherited. And for that reason, it is incumbent upon the governments and administrations in Congo to treat them as Congolese. The fact that they have their kith and kin in Burundi and in Rwanda does not make them Rwandese or Burundians. And he made this example, he gave this example. For example, the Maasai in Kenya and the Maasai in Tanzania, they are Maasais, but they are those who by dint of the boundaries are now Kenyans and others Tanzanians. And that is yet another conflict. It is a conflict which has given birth to what is now known as the M23. The M23 are people of Tutsi origin who are Congolese. But they are now being told, no, you are not Congolese, you are Rwandese. And that is why you see the frequent accusations that the Rwandese government is supporting them, and the frequent denials by the Rwandese administration that they are not supporting them. The other conflict that has emerged in Congo is that Congo has become what one may say a rare ground for fighting groups from Uganda. The ADF, when they were expelled by the current NRM regime, went into the forests in Congo. You remember that even Joseph Kony at one time went to Central Africa through Congo. There is also evidence to suggest that there are Burundian fighters, rebels also in Congo, in those thick forests. So it is a combination of factors, local factors, commercial reasons by illegal miners, foreign hands, which want to ensure that Congo remains the way it is, local politicians who benefit from a disorganized and disorderly and conflict-ridden Congo. All these factors conjoined create what is essentially a state of confusion which needs resolution by the entire continent of Africa. Unfortunately, Africa has not handled this matter well. In the early days, we had, not early to mean maybe 2-3 years ago, we had João Lourenço, the president of Angola, being the mediator, and SADC was then very much involved. They even had their forces. Then the Tshisekedi government brought in the East African forces and once again got dissatisfied. They are now back to the SADC forces. That tells you the kind of confusion that there is. I have myself several times suggested to some of the individuals that I know that are former heads of states and government to come in as the elder statesmen and women of Africa and have an all-Congolese conference during which all the combatants would be involved and they decide how to govern Congo and how to ensure that there is sustainable peace in Congo. Easier said than done, but necessary and urgent. Not easy. Because when your government is in Kinshasa and you are talking about a country which is the size of Western Europe, the infrastructure is poor, you cannot be in effective control of the country. So the president can say what he is saying in Kinshasa, but the people in Goma can ignore him. The people in Katanga can ignore him because the territory is so big, the people are so divided, the interests are so diverse that it will take a combined effort of all Africans of goodwill to give them the ability to deal with the problem as it is. As it is now, it is not possible. They just don't have the resources, they don't have the personnel, and they don't have the, in my view, even the ability to pacify Congo if it is left to them.